Hello everybody, Frouwo here. I'm bringing you game number 1 of Team Empire versus Power Rangers in the CIS Carnage 2014 round of 4 playoff bracket. And we're going to have a good game setting up for this matchup as Power Rangers setting up for an interesting draft. And Team Empire really drafting a bit out of what we've seen in this tournament thus far. But anyway, let's hop into the bands. Team Empire banning out the Alchemist, the Bane, the Nature's Prophet, as well as the Clockwork. Power Rangers banning out the Venomancer, the Invoker, the Lifestealer, as well as the Weaver. And now Ball is in Team Empire's court as they wait for their 4th pickup. But thus far, let's look at Power Rangers draft as they do have more heroes on their list. So Visage, a common pickup for Power Rangers, or in this meta at least, as Luna, another common pickup. Did see some potency from that pickup in game number 1 of what is it? Virtus Pro versus Relax. Yeah, it was indeed that. And Luna picked up here by Power Rangers. Actually, I believe standing again by Hovost. So Hovost standing in for PR as well as Relax. 2 sets in a row now. So Hovost standing in for everyone today. And now Rubik, or no, Darkseid rather, picked up by Team Empire. And Juggernaut also picked up by Power Rangers. It's certainly a decent hero. I'm not sure how they're going to lane this, however. Juggernaut can certainly offlane well, as he does at the magic community with his, what is it called? Blade Fury, I believe. Yes. And, yeah, so he can do that. But it could also mid, who knows? But Luna's certainly going to be the safe lane farmer, as Luna needs the farm to be effective. Juggernaut not so much. Pretty effective just with the Blade Fury and the ultimate he has. Not to mention his ward as well. Really helps out with the push. And Power Rangers banning out the Storm Spirit. And while Team Empire putting on their next ban.
10 seconds remaining.
But Puck now banned out by Team Empire. So Power Rangers, of course, needing that one mid hero now. Gonna pick up the Beastmaster. So Power Rangers, a bit unorthodox of a lineup here, but that Beastmaster pickup, something pretty unique. It's a nice hero to have, especially when the enemy team has BKB carries, as indeed that roar, the primal roar, does go through BKB and does have a large lockdown on it. What does it say? 4-second stun on that, and the range is just insane. And once you pick the Scepter, it's just crazy stuff, especially if you're locking down carries and such. So Team Empire waiting for the response. Less than 10 seconds left for their last pickup, and maybe looking for a solo mid here. Probably indeed it's going to be a solo mid. It's going to be the Outward Devour. So Beastmaster not going to be able to do what he usually does in the mid lane and spam out those axes. And this is shaping up to be certainly an interesting match, as we do have the Darkseer, the Gyrocopter, 2 heroes that really aren't paired too often, but Darkseer, of course, has a huge impact in the game when he does get a good vacuum off. And of course, that vacuum can be comboed with the Outward Devour, as well as the Gyrocopter off the cooldown. Anyway, introducing Empire first now. We're going to have Silent on the Gyrocopter. We're going to have Vangsor on the Crystal Maiden Mag. Going to be on the Darkseer. Always want to fly on the Nyx, and Resolution going to be on the Outward Devourer. So they're all rotating towards their own woods, as PR doing the same, rotating their own personal woods. And Zixi going to be on the Luna, F-God. FNG going to be on the Visage. We're going to have Hovost on the Juggernaut, and J4 on the Rubik. And CT actually may just be offlaning with this Beastmaster. We'll wait and see on that, but heading towards the top lane is pretty solo, is up by himself really right now. Then gonna use the Scout, Call the Wild level 1. And you don't get bored till level 2, and they did split this up. And banter in all chat saying, hey, you're gonna go Roche, and no, it's indeed the call from PR. So it will be a offlane Beastmaster for PR. CT going to be playing that. And we're going to have mid Luna and a safe lane Juggernaut. Alright, so the laning panning out pretty well for PR, I guess. Trying to rotate things around so that the OD doesn't dominate the Beastmaster too hard. But certainly interesting combination of lanes here. Excuse me, I have been casting for quite a while now. This could be a mid lane actually. A dual lane mid for PR against this OD. So if OD can win every 1v1 matchup he goes up against, throw him 2v1 and see what he can do. That's really an interesting strategy. So now Mag gonna be in trouble. Didn't skill level 1 Surge, so just has the Iron Shell, and Frouwo's diving very deep here. Still chasing. And now Mag's stuck in here. Pops the Iron Shell. Frouwo's in trouble. Going to fall here likely, and barely getting away by the skin of his teeth. Now at 60 health. Mag will not be able to catch him as he is 5 move speed slower, so Frouwo's gonna get out of here safely. Gonna have to blow his salve pretty early on though. And FNG and ZXC in the mid lane just gonna be farming up, and as the OD really can't contest the dual lane, will likely die. Gonna get more XP than of course his opponents, but resolution now. Lucent Beam, Soul Keepers, not Soul Keepers, Grave Chill, and a Soul Assumption. So ZXC and FNG getting the solo mid OD downed by that dual lane now, so well done from them. Certainly an interesting strategy to run this sort of dual mid lineup, or 2 mid lineup. Of course, it is Dota, anything can happen, and it's really nice to see the lanes panning out in something that's not the traditional sense of how you're supposed to lane. Just like the good old days back when you put like CM and CK mid, or CM and anti-mage mid. I don't know, there's some combo like that where you just throw mid and it performed very well and really shut down a mid laner. And now Mag being harassed here by FCOD and has the on shell, so always good luck to contest anyone really. J4 here, mighty low, taking some damage from that iron shell, and now Mag slowed up, has Surge available however, and gonna run away. Soul Assumption, and one last right click from FCOD. FCOD now 2 kills to his name in this early 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the game. And Empire playing it really safe thus far. Always want to fly, just pulling to the large camp and farming, help his drive farm up really. Mila now sitting on boots. And another 70 gold on top of that. CM not doing anything just yet. Farming up in the woods, of course, as crystal mains usually do. Popular strat for them, of course. And CT going to the side shop, grabbing some boots for himself. So now Luna in the mid lane by herself, gonna start taking some of the imprisonments. But getting off to the early advantage with the Visage in his lane previously, so OD matching his experience and ahead in last hits, and I should probably open up that chart. But the Gyrocopter, oh boy, doing insanely well right now. 21 last hits, 3 minutes in the game. Taking lots of tower damage here, however. And ZXC here going to be blessing pretty well, as he does have 2 points up in the Lunar Blessing, giving him 65 plus 25 base damage for the time being. So that's what, 90 as resolution now. Maybe in trouble in the mid lane. Lucent Beam, Gravekeepers, and Lift. Astrals himself, Fade Bolted, however, and 160 left on him, and one right click from the Visage. Gonna take him out, so PR on a killing spree, or FNG rather, on a killing spree, as now CT. Rocket Brush, Chop gonna pop himself right away and make sure he is safe in this lane. As a boost on the bottom lane. Being harassed by the Iron Shell, of course, from the Darks here. And FCOD now finds a haze, gonna go and always want to fly. Always want to fly in a bit of danger here should Beastmaster decide to throw the axes. Not enough mana on him, however, to do that, so scratch that idea. And FCOD returning to the mid lane. OD, however, very close to the tower. 2 deaths on him now. And Luna farming very well in this mid lane. Now has a Wraith Band on top of her boots. Still has her salve available as well. As Darks here picks up a Soul Ring. He's going to spam up that Iron Shell just more and more frequently. And still 2 mid for him. Or PR. I don't see this changing, to be honest. That's now ZXC and FNG gonna go on Resolution once again. ZXC taking a lot of damage here, but does have the self to heal up eventually, so no biggie. Indeed pops that salve, and there we are. So PR very much ahead in this laning phase, certainly laning the lanes in an interesting fashion, in a manner that really allows them to win all their lanes thus far. As the only person that seems to be struggling is the Beastmaster against this Gyrocopter, but no supports there. Now ZXC actually in the mid lane. Hammer drop. Resolution gets a kill onto ZXC in return with the rotation in from Banksor. Frostbite proving too strong, and Resolution finally getting a return kill on the mid lane, even though he's 2v1'd, and now 1 kill to his name. As Banksor always want to fly, gonna rotate top on the Beastmaster. Gyro dropped on CT, or CT just gonna drop to Gyro himself, and this rotation from Banksor and always want to fly not even gonna matter. However, could you see a push on top now, it seems. Maybe that's what it's going to be. So as I say, hey, PR's laning to their own advantage and doing very well, you know, just winning out this laning phase. They botch it, and they get ganked, and suddenly everything's going really badly. And now CT in a bit of trouble. Stun from Always Want to Fly, Rocket Barrage from Myla, and Ro4 onto Banksor here. Resolution now rotating in, however. Prising up Myla, J4 now. Fade Bolt onto 2, and Banksor getting very low here. Rotation in from Luna. Luna getting the ult onto only heroes. Double kill. Banksor and Always Want to Fly going down. Resolution could be next here, but however, Astral Imprisonment onto the Luna, and it's going to go down. Looking for Silent now is all of PR, and Silent going to sneak his way all the way through the mid lane of PR, and still working his way over. So a very long trip, as you can see. I'm going to draw a line on the minimap now, all the way over there, through there, in the woods, and then in there, and then to there. Pretty crazy. Dropping out for some farm mid now, and this is going to be an insane, crazy game. Really interesting play thus far, and yeah, Empire doing moderately well in this laning phase, aside from the couple misplays they've had. Always Want to Fly, of course, and Banksor dying on top lane to that Luna, but as long as Sonic manages to get away, it's really okay for them. Supports aren't too big of a deal, especially as far as deaths go in this early game, aside from allowing the other carries to snowball out of control, but I believe no minuses up on either side, so not going to see any late game sort of dominance from any Serta hero because of a Midas. And Havos now has phase boots. As pops the Blade Fury to clear this Ion Shell out. And now 4 top CT may be in trouble here should he be stunned or frostbitten, but this tower going to go down for sure as the catapult may take care of business, but actually rotation in from F-God. F-God and CT may look to on Myla here, but tower goes down and all of Empire behind them. CT may be just looking for a kill on Banksor. Banksor is very low, 220 health. Picking up his Tranquils ever. Gonna pop those pretty much instantly and heal up very quickly. As CT really struggling in farm. I have to mention too that this ancient camp has been warded for since I believe the first spawn. Hasn't spawned once yet. Rewarded by the Dire, of course. Empire making sure the stack doesn't get stacked. As CT, as a Beastmaster, really can take care of those ancient stacks very, very well. And that is one of the reasons why he's picked so often, because he can stack those ancients. Stack them good and get them farmed very early on. And plus they have Luna as well, so stacking the ancients really would have been a core part, it seems, of PR strat here. As now, mid-rotation from PR. Thanks, whatever. Going to reveal his smoke pretty early on and going to rotate out there instantly. The Outward Devourer falling back as well, so not wanting to fight in this mid lane. As we take a kill at last hits, kills, and deaths, F-God still sitting at 3 kills as they push this mid tower, and teleportation in from Always Want to Fly. Thanks for getting that lucky proc there. Not going to have to worry about any mana issues for time being. And it's actually going to start splitting the creep wave on the bottom, so Havos going to have a tough time as he has no regen left and no mana for the healing ward. Just going to teleport back to base. He's had enough of it. And Empire gonna defend this mid tower, it seems. Appears not having the ability to push into it.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
is under
Darkseer
attack.
gonna start pushing the bottom tower. May get a kill here on it. And no, gonna be denied by CT. Yes, indeed it is.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
So
denied.
Darkseer not managing to snag that tower. Could have stayed there a bit longer. The Roar, I don't think, would have killed him. And he could have surged away afterwards, so. Slight misplay by him, but no biggie. There's a Prism up onto the Rubik. Now Host grabbing some farm mid. Seems to be 2 sets of drums coming out at Empire. One on the Juggernaut and one on the Luna. So lots of drums. They do not stack, however, so I mean, she can go for 2 sets if you want. This mag now picks up a mechanism, a very well timed mechanism, 11 minutes. But that Iron Shell really guarantees a lot of last hits, lots of gold. Doesn't guarantee experience because you are viable to being zoned out of your lane. Of course, as a Darkseer. That's why sometimes people opt for level 1 Surge, you know, just to make sure they don't get killed in the off lane too early, but it doesn't matter too much. Is Mag gonna look for a last hit on? No, not even gonna bother. Feels a presence of F and G as well as J4 here. CT really would be playing this far forward had he had no support here. And yeah, drums now up on Luna, and not to mention, I believe Silent has had drums for quite a while now. Yeah, and it is indeed already working towards a Helmet Dominator as well, so Silent being very much ahead in farm as we open up that last hit chart once again. 79 last hits on him and 22 denies. So Silent lasting very, very, very well at this early stage of the game. CT now double Iron Shell. Clears him out fast enough, it loses half his life in the process. Certainly something scary, those Iron Shells. And yeah, just chilling so far. No real rotation at a Beastmaster yet to get a kill with the Roar. Did throw a Roar out on, I believe it was the Crystal Maiden earlier, but didn't secure that kill. Actually, yeah, they did from the Luna, but no real ganks used it with it, is what I'm trying to infer.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now Mila in trouble. Astral Imprison by his teammate, and Most did pop the ult there. Luna now popping her ult, and Mila gonna fall. Gyro ult dropped, and all 5 per PR still very, very healthy. Now, Resolution gonna be target of a gank here. Not gonna go down yet, just yet, but Juggernaut in the meantime clean up Banks on the back, and wall drop for Darkseer. Now Rubik going down, as is the Visage. Mag coming in from the backlines and just soaking up, or dealing out so much damage as Host goes on the tower. So I believe that was a 3 for 2 in the mid lane. No, 3 for 2. Really supports for supports, and Silent falling in the crossfire as well, and of course PR getting that mid tower as well. So CT nothing just on him yet, and this ancient camp still blocked by this ward, so surely PR is upset with it at this point, but no sentries have come out yet, so I mean they can't be that mad if they haven't even bothered to try and de-ward it. This is really going to shape up to be an interesting game. Both sides have the potential to take heavy team fights with the Luna ult, with the Juggernaut ult, with the Beastmaster and Axes. And of course with the Rubik being able to steal any of the Empire spells. On top of all that, as we have a Smoke King bottom from Always Want to Fly, Vangsword, and the Darkseer. Always Want to Fly looking for someone. Not going to find anyone though. Pierre rotating out too quickly as Smoke revealed, and now FNG going to be caught out here, just blown up instantly. ZXC not being able to get a kill here too, as characters pop. Always Want to Fly, however, going to be chased down. It does have that very high base move speed, and Frostbite onto ZXC. ZXC now could be in trouble. Our Familiar's going to blow up. Always Want to Fly. Always Want to Fly going to fall just to the Familiars there. Now rotation from CT. Roars on the Mag, but Mag actually cleaned up the Rubik there, drops the wall as well, and Luna don't want to go through that, or doesn't want to go through that, as Vangsword now in trouble as well, so 3 for 1 here on this bottom lane. PR is still holding in firm control after even after the couple losses they had around the map. 11-6 now is the kill score as PR cleaning up 3 on the bottom lane. Vanks would always want to fly, really, just seeming to not have the best of luck here. Both having 3 deaths. And yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is
CT
under
looks to
attack.
push the bottom tower. Does have 2 points up in the inner beast aura, so it's an extra 45 attack speed. And always want to fly Vendetta up. Could look for a kill here on Beastmaster. Indeed he is, as he does have assistance from Resolution. Stun hits, Mana Burn hits, and CT. Astral Imprisonment, and surely dead here, one would assume. Axis Fly, no go. OD getting the last hit on that, and Beastmaster going down this bottom lane. So we have a disconnect from Visage. Pros from Havost. And yeah. So let's take a look at the gold graph for the time being. That game paused. Can't see where it's going. Alright, well, at least we won't look at that for now, but rather let's look at the golden experience. So, looking at these numbers, really stand out for right now is ZXC at 412. Of course, Havost very close by at 368, and CT below them as well. So, CT doing fairly well for playing that off lane. Certainly coming back, and especially having just died, his GPM still decent. However, highest XP minute is going to Havost here. 3-0-1 on him as far as kills go, so I mean that's certainly going to tell the tale of that. And as far as highest GPM goes, it's going to be sitting on Mag right now. Mag, or actually Myla, with 432, and Mag second best, so or third best is ZXC 412. So it's certainly Dire having better farm, I'd say, except for the supports. The supports are really the ones suffering on the side of Empire. Always want to fly in Vanksford again, just dying so many times. Only level 7, but the Rubik and Visage are 6 each. So actually, it seems as if Empire's in the lead as far as experience goes. Maybe gold as well. Let's check the graphs. But Empire. So we have the gold, and it is going above the line, but it just falls behind. The game paused. Experience as well. Wasn't PR servers, now dropping towards Empire. So PR, even with the kill advantage, not seeing a change. Well, in hands of an advantage, really. They don't have the advantage in the game, even though they have the lead in kills. As we have BKB now going to be up on Luna. Rubik working towards those arcanes, most likely. It doesn't have him yet, so nearly 1,000 gold though, so it should have him soon. And the courier's already over here. Point booster ready for Havost, as he will be going the ultimate oriented Juggernaut build. Something that I'm not a fan of, but is certainly entertaining to watch and play. And yeah, so here's the items thus far. Visage already has a Medallion of Courage. Did have those early 3 kills, so I mean, no surprise there really. And we're missing the Beastmaster. Beastmaster has the mechanism now in the stash. Bought it just before he died, it seems. So making sure not to lose any of that unreliable gold. Meanwhile, always want to fly Arcane Boots on him. Mag, of course, has the mech, and now an Ultimate Orb. Probably be working towards the Hex, I would assume at least. Does need the mana pool to make sure he can drop those walls, drop the vacuum, and just have enough mana to spam everything consistently. And OD just sitting on the 4 staff and another 800 gold. Nothing on the courier for him, I believe. Nope. So, and then Myla. Helmet Dominator up, drums up another 1,000 gold on him, so farming very well. 100 last on him, 15 minutes in. That is just an insane rate. I believe the quote-unquote good amount of farming for a carry, I'd say not even on a professional level, just in general, like you want to have about 50 last hits per 10 minutes. So like you can see the pacing of Havost here. He's 72 and it's 15 minutes in the game, so that's about on pace of what normal is. But Mala just so far ahead of that. Doesn't have to farm for the next 4 minutes and he'd still be on that pace that I'm mentioning about. And still waiting for Visage to come back, as it was dewarded. It did deward the ancient camp. Yeah, you know what messed up there? He's not gonna get the stack because he disconnected. Ah, for shame. We have more Frenetic Russian coming out from Host. And yeah, so game at a standstill for the time being, and let's just rotate through all the stats right now. Luna sitting on 4 kills as well as the Visage. Visage with 2 deaths though, and Host 3-0-1, so doing well in his sense. And some more talk. Dark's here with 3 kills as well. The OD with 2 kills and top 2 hero level. So hero level. Lots of 11s on the side of Radiant, but their support's again lacking at level 6. Dark's here, Gyro, both level 11 as well. And we have the reconnect, so hopefully we get this started. And we're in Luna's favor actually as far as things go, so actually it's actually surprising. And 1 second, and we will be starting up again. And here we go, on pause and ready to go. PR now going to rotate top. They want to shut down Mila, as Mila again has that just insane amount of farm at this point in the game. Going to teleport out, however. Not sure if he spotted it, but I guess had the feeling as there's pressure nowhere else on the map for Empire. And Mila again is just so far ahead. Drum charge popped there, so bit of a waste, but better to use them before you sell your drums anyway, so I mean, no big deal. As PR may look to push now on the top lane. And Empire gonna farm up these Ancients. May look towards Roshan as well. Any sort of armor reduction? Nope, and J4 pausing the game once again. So time for a BKB on Mila as well. I really doubt it's a Desolator, but it's always a possibility. And they're chilling still. So no medallion up for Empire. This Roshan attempt may take a bit longer than they want to. As up here, of course, going to push the top tower. Visage once again disconnecting. And yeah, let's take a look at more stats. Buybacks, no one cares about that at this point in the game. Gold. OD has a lot. Oh, it's a little bit less. And GPM now. And now reconnected, so here we go. Now push gonna come out from ZXC on the top lane, as well as Host. Pops the healing ward, so gonna be able to tank this tower pretty well, but Roshan attempt and PR no, so gonna see if they can engage her. The bird comes in and does take magical damage from all that, and some from always want to fly onto Mila, or ZXC rather. Always want to find out, popping the Carapace as well. Wall drop by Mag. Mag dropping it really out of position here. Really going out. Not going to zone out anyone here with that ult, so. Crystal Maid now falling, as well as the Nyx, so 2 kills for PR there for free. Very not well placed wall there from Mag. You want to put it in a place where your team has to run through it if they want to get kills, and that was just in a place where he wouldn't get killed at all. So not. Oh my. How many times is this gonna happen? Visage just connecting for the 3rd time now. Not the funnest thing, but again, I'm going to discuss that wall placement. He did place it on this. I guess he was trying to save his Nyx, as his Nyx was right in front of the wall that he dropped, and he just assumed Nyx would try and run over there. But Nyx died too quickly, and just PR turned around and went for the CM instead. Of course, the Gyrocopter as well as the Outward Devourer got out of there, so at least they're alive, and the carries once again die. And now Ro4 attempt going to come out of PR once FNG reconnects. And healing ward not going to be low for Havos. This Ro4 might be a bit more difficult than one would assume, but they do have the inner beast aura and of course the medallion, so going to help out a bit. As these pauses start going on longer and longer and longer. Gold in Empire's favor. Experience. It's not blocked this time, but in Empire's favor by nearly 1,000, so. Empire should only head for the time being, but PR maybe looking towards this Ro4 may take it back. Take this game back in their hands. Celeste's showing the tail right now. Just Milo, or Silent rather, farming up extremely well. And let's take a look at another thing. What to look at? We've already reviewed items, all that gold stuff. Milo picked up his mithril hammer. Any awards? His ward recently placed by the Ro4 pit. Lane ward from Empire. Rune ward from PR. And there's no other wards on the map for Empire, so just the one offensive lane ward from PR. And FNG apologizing. It's okay. I understand. And now, not throwing medallion out, so I assume he already disconnected, and no response from his team just yet. Yeah, indeed disconnected. And hopefully this is recording now, but I think I caught that. As Stun comes out from, I always want to fly onto Luna, or onto FNG here. FNG being worked by his teammates, and ZXC now coming in, halting onto 2 there, killing the Gyro as well as the Crystal Maid. Now Ro4 onto Resolution, Resolution falling, and PR coming back from this pause. Strong now, Mag gonna fall, seems, and yeah. Vacuum onto 5 there. Had that been into a stun, it would have been devastating for Empire, but, or for PR rather. But to no avail, and FNG still have this game, but PR gonna push this tier 3 or 2-1 tower on the bottom rather. Sorry, I'm still getting my mind together after taking this sort of pause, and I'm gonna take this ancient stack on the bottom lane. Has no life steal, so gonna be a little bit difficult. As now push, not even gonna come out any further, just gonna take the tier 1 and back off. Did get the Aegis already was popped, however, in that last fight after Luna popped the ultimate, and BKB up now on her, so hold on, PR getting lots and lots of farm. And now was FNG gonna go down here, as person Reicham was not paying too much attention. So yeah, there's that. It's a shame that this game has to go on with having a player disconnected. It's pretty irritating, but I mean, yeah, it happens, I guess. So PR now very much ahead, and take a look at the actual ref as PR just spikes up in the lead. Nearly 3,000 in their advantage now after being even for such a long period of time. Now spiking at over 4,000. Experience very much in their favor as well, so hopefully this disconnect from FNG isn't gonna affect them too much. As Luna of course now has the BKB and Resolution still in the 4 staff, 1400 gold on him as well. Gonna try and again work towards the Nexus staff. Gyro of course BKB gonna be worked on by him. Has the Euro Club right now, just needs the recipe, so getting closer and closer to that. And Ancient's finally being stacked for PR. Always want to fly, just the Arcanes, and Banks are dropping an aggressive ward in the Radiant Woods. And Empire may look to push mid here. But 3 heroes from PR, or actually technically 2 because FNG is disconnected, but Luna gets a kill on tower in the meantime in the top lane. So there we go, Visage not reconnecting. And yeah, so Resolution now. Astral Brisbane on the Luna. Not gonna be in trouble here as there is no rotation for Empire just yet up there. rather Mag in the mid lane, and now Silent and Always Want to Fly in the bottom. And PR de-warding just a bit, and J4
Dire's top tower is under attack.
gonna be caught out here by Mag. Mag now finding FNG back in the game, but now Frostbitten up, and ult from Havost onto Mag. Mag gonna fall here for sure. Indeed he does, and Crystal Maiden throws the ult out, but no one near him, so wasted out by her, and J4 eating a lot of damage from that Juggernaut illusion.
Dire's top tower is
That's the bottom tower. Under attack by Always Want to Fly as well as Silent. They're gonna back off instantly once they see the Luna teleport in, as that ultimate will try them a new one for sure. And yeah, so back to the normal game now, it seems. FNG in the game, and all is well, it seems. FNG will be working towards likely the, hold on, ZXC. Taking some brass in the bottom lane, stun from Always Want to Fly, and call down from Gyrocopter, so taking a bunch of damage there. Luckily, just going to grab the Helmet of Dominator if you can. And play it a bit safe. Maybe start working on some more ancient stacks. Has respawned now, and yeah. So both teams actually resorting to farming up. However, still pressure on this bottom lane from Silent as well as Always Want to Fly. We're looking to get this tower. It is pretty low, so certainly have the chance to, but
bottom tower is under attack.
feeling mighty afraid of actually going in there. J4 gonna run in. Steals the mana burn from Always Want to Fly, and
Radiant's bottom
tower
is
down
fallen.
on the bottom lane. So first tier 2 of the game down. PR losing that tier 2 bottom from some harassment from Always Want to Fly as well as Myla, or Silent rather.
Is under attack.
And that is Silent's BKB as he takes a stack from the Radiant Woods. And it's 800 gold on him with the BKB now on the way. It seems Always Want to Fly going to work towards the Blink Dagger now. As Havost is going to be farming in the enemy's woods, so both sides playing in the enemy team's woods. As now PR looks to push mid. So do have an insane amount of wave clear here, and insta-gib kill on the Crystal Maiden there from Havost. Crystal Maiden just falling apart there. And Havost chopping the healing ward.
Tower is under
This tower gonna go down for sure. Empire no contest, and double damage now on Beastmaster even, so hitting very fast, and does have max inner beast now, so
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
very early push strat here from PR. This is reminiscent actually of something Navi ran back in TI2. This sort of thing, the healing ward and the Beastmaster aura. Now ult drop by Gyro. This tower taking a lot of damage very quickly, however, as Havost just sitting here and continue to attack the tower with the Blade Fury up. And just gonna back off now as they have all 5 of Empire in that base, and someone's gonna have to defend bottom in a second here as well. But actually, PR gonna look for a kill here. Always Want to Fly, Vendetta up. No vision for PR though, so smoke revealed, and PR know that Always Want to Fly is nearby. However, they Always Want to Fly stun on 2, J4, and oh boy, the vacuums into OD ultimate. Darkseid getting killed on Rubik. Now Gyrocopter killing the Beastmaster. Ult from ZXC, however, not gonna clean up anyone. And ZXC now going to be in trouble as the Visage now also falling. So turn around out of PR there. Vacuum into wall, into OD ultimate, into Draw ultimate actually not used there. So still a very, very scary combo, just showing how well it can work if it's pulled off properly. As a PR lose 3 there for nothing. As a Havost now going to look for a solo kill on someone here. Maybe Mag if he gets a bit further away from the creep wave, but could just wait for someone to rotate up towards these woods. It's the birds maybe gonna try and bait somebody. No, not just yet, but
Tower is under attack.
PR using a tier 1 mid now, and Havost
Fallen.
gonna ult onto 3 here. Crystal Maiden being the main target of aggression. Mech pop, however, by the Darkseer, and Battle Fury and teleport away. He's gonna be fine. So that ult just gonna scare Empire. Aghanim's now up on him actually, so Aghanim's and was that 3,200 gold? Yes, indeed it is. So gonna be interesting to see what he builds next, but definitely gonna pick up a TP scroll, and I don't know what's next. Maybe a refresher if he's going this alt-oriented build, but who knows? Could just go Desolator as well. But Gyrocopter sitting on pretty much the same amount of farm as well. Nearly 3,200 for him. Gonna pick up a Demon's Edge. Likely gonna be an MKB or a Daedalus on him, but feeling the MKB. So both 2 heroes in PR can build that Butterfly now. CT caught up mid by the Carapace, and now Ro4 onto Mila, or Silent rather, and pops BKB. Banksword throwing the Frostbite onto CT. However, Banksword now dying to the Visage, and now Havos chasing Silent. Soul Assumption onto Silent, and career kill on the Radiant Courier. It's not going to fall here, as well as Mag. So double kill for Havos here, as he now has 4,200 gold, and going to try and fly as Always Want to Fly, but Always Want to Fly Vendeting up, and now going to throw a stun out on Havos most likely. Vendetta stun actually missing, so whiff there by Always Want to Fly. The Radiant Courier died earlier, and mid tower likely to go down here. Not push that resolution can stop. Now alt up, not for another 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and was popping his magic community just in time. I always want to find out stun onto 2 here, J4 and CT. Now Frostbite onto J4. J4 now stealing the stun and gonna run out of there as the OD ult dropped. Range breaks goes down. Havos, however, wants the melee racks, and Banksword gonna be zoned out here. Stun onto 2 now. ZXC and CT being stunned up by Always Want to Fly. And Havos gonna go for the melee racks. Still no contest for Empire just yet. And Mag now dropping the wall, vacuum in. CT, however, being Carapace. CT gonna fall here for sure, and now ZXC popping ultimate, pops BKB, but gonna go down regardless of that. And 2 down for PR, and Luna actually managed to kill the Nyx in that engagement as well. So, PR coming out with 2 axes ahead and trading somewhat evenly. Butterfly now gonna be up on Havos, or working towards it at least. He could certainly buy it right now, but the courier did die way back. I think he got sniped by something. It was near the secret shop, so. But in the meantime, Resolution and company gonna look for the Roshan. Is back up now, and all from Havos onto Mila. Havos now in a bit of trouble. And just gonna run away. Can't really teleport out. Will dies to the physical damage, and Stunch on the Bird's gonna save him, it seems. No, actually, Hex from Mag. Havos gonna make it out of here alive, actually. So Mag now has a Hex. Blink up on Always Want to Fly. Aghanim's now up on the Visage, as well as the Beastmaster, and now Hex on to OD. So mid-game started to pick up as both teams picking up those vital core items for their heroes. As Mag with the Vice, and Mila's still working towards the next item with the Demon Edge. Again, I'm predicting the MKV, but we're not sure exactly what it's going to be. So, and Always Want to Fly a bit out of position here. It's not even dead for another 15 here. As a ZXC also building a butterfly, so going to really force the MKV here out of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter going to need to build it essentially. As 2 butterflies going to be up for PR. As Mila looking to farm the top lane. Radiant Courier now respawning, and I'm sure the butterfly going to be out in Havos now. ZXC now 600 away from that. Always Want to Fly over. May look for a kill on him. Stun missing, however. Ugh. 2 whiff stuns now, and just gonna Vendetta and run away. It's FNG and J4 gonna rotate in. Now Havos buys the Talisman of Evasion. Finish the stack, likely we'll have enough for the quarter staff, and the butterfly will be done. And I Always Want to Fly now. Vendetta gone, and stun goes out. Why are they not engaging that? But Always Want to Fly just blinks away and teleports, so it's had that pretty easily. CT in any time now on the top lane. Gonna defend this for now. Mag hexing up CT. Mag gonna die from this ult from Havos. Havos getting a free kill there. And now Frostbite onto CT as PR sees 3 on this top lane. All dropped by Gyro. CT now in a bit of trouble. Pops the wand. Healing ward not going to be enough. Bottle charges not going to be enough as well. And probably getting a kill on the Beastmaster there in exchange for the Darkseer. So offlaners exchanging deaths. As a ZXC now going to push this bottom lane. Butterfly up on him now, it seems. Yeah, indeed. Always Want to Fly ever. Stun on ZXC. ZXC going to BKB up instantly. Pops the ultimate and starts running away. Goes on a lot of creeps and just going to teleport out, it seems, and going to make it out just barely. So I was going to find out, going to chase, see if he can find anyone else, but no one else in sight for PR. We've all teleported out, so Be safe on that end. Rubik now with a 4-staff. And the Empire gonna look to take Roshan now. This is gonna be spotted up by Pierre, of course, with his observer here. And they're gonna spot Vangsora is gonna find it. So Resolution Milet gonna slowly take this down, and mid lane pushing in. Mag gonna have to take care of that himself. And Havos now rotating and has the ultimate ready. Pops it. Vangsora gonna eat dirt here, and now Havos running the pit, and Aegis now on Havos. Havos picking that up. Milet and Silent rather, and Resolution falling there. This has to be GG at this point, losing both the Gyrocopter and the Arrow Devour, as well as the Crystal Maiden. Not the best of news for Empire. And this creep wave already pretty pushed up, so PR easily going to get a tier 2 tower here. Maybe look for Rax. Should they get this tower and the next before Gyrocopter and OD respawn. Because another hero in that fight dropped the ultimate. And now Havost. Butterfly up on him, Butterfly up on Luna. Gonna get this tower for sure. OD, as well as the Gyrocopter, do not have buyback. And this is another Rax for PR, and this is certainly GG at this point. I'm not sure how a Gyrocopter can come back this early from a massive deficit, as 10k gold in PR's favor. 10k experience also skyrocketing, and even with all the farm Gyro has, nothing he can do, really. Team 2 squish. As well as always want to fly stun have been, well, they've been on and off the mark, but regardless. Stun now on CT. Now gonna get blown up here by the ult from Avost. Actually, Astral versioned up, so Ultra up by Resolution now. Not gonna get any kills with it, but lots of Empire taking loads of damage Gyro in the meantime. Falling Mag now gonna be focused down by the birds, and now Darkseer ult drop, but not gonna be able to snag any kills except on the Luna and the Slasher team. Stun from Always Wanna Fly gonna miss on Havost. Havost not gonna get killed here before the end of the game, and that's game 1 in the books, boys. PR coming out on top 1-0 over Empire in this best of 3 series. So 31-16 is your final score. 33 minutes, 13 seconds is the game time. And yeah, so probably gonna hop right into game 2. But if well, actually, Havost doing loads of work there. 10, 0, and 9. Thanks for doing the opposite. 0, 9, and 10. Just doing support work, but Havost putting the team on his back as a carry. But anyways, it's been Frouwo. Thank you guys for casting. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. Share it. If you didn't like it, I always appreciate constructive criticism. If you can contact me via Twitter, via Twitch, via YouTube, and post that constructive criticism, and I will respond and work on the things you told me about. And yeah, from there, just improve my casting upwards and onwards. But anyway, again, thanks for watching. This is Frouwo, and I am certainly burned out at this point, but I'll see you guys in game 2. But in the meantime, of course, goodbye, and have a nice day.